This is the new Honda CR-V, which, fun fact, stands for Comfortable Runabout Vehicle. Another thing you may not know is that this is actually the best-selling SUV in the world. Not here in Ireland, but it has been a massive success globally. Mr. Worldwide. So this is what it looks like from the outside. Note the sharper new design up front. Now granted, it's not a massive departure from the old one, but a bit smarter looking nonetheless, a bit more chiselled and with a much sleeker profile. But the biggest improvement, in my opinion, has been around the back, because the rear of the last one was quite simply horrendous. I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. Now I know big bums are very much in fashion right now, but I still think that the more sculpted design of this one is going to give it a much more mainstream appeal. Now the CR-V is quite a large SUV and the boot space is suitably impressive as a result. At 561 litres, there's not a lot that you won't fit in here. And it's also got some convenient features to help make it easier to live with, like a handy false floor if you want to hide or separate things, and seats that fold flat with the pull of a lever. One thing I will point out though is that you do need quite a lot of space to open this, because the tailgate is absolutely huge. So do be careful where you park. This is the 5-seat model. There is a 7-seat option available, but I'd imagine, like its competitors, those seats will be best suited for occasional use only. But still, it is a great option to have for those with a larger family. Absolutely no complaints about space in the back, and unless you're an exceptionally tall person, I don't think anyone is going to struggle for either leg or headroom back here. I'm not even going to have my usual moan about the hump in the floor, because there is none, or practically none. So this is one of the better options if you're carrying 3 passengers back here, or if your kids are getting that bit taller. It's also nice and wide, so they should get an extra bit of shoulder room too. There's Isofix anchors for the smaller ones, and the raised ride height should make getting car seats in and out that bit easier. Then when you're not carrying more than 2 passengers, you've got a pull-down centre armrest complete with cup holders. You didn't even get those in the Audi A6. That great feeling of space prevails in the front of the cabin, and I, as a driver, have a nice bit of shoulder room. They've also made great use of the space up here. There's a large central storage unit, some well-placed cup holders and wide door bins. As for how it looks and feels, it's fine. The quality in general is pretty good, and it's all very logically laid out. This dashboard, I feel, is a little bit overstyled with these naff wooden inserts, but that is a matter of personal taste. And more important than that, it does feel very well screwed together. The infotainment system then is more or less exactly the same. It's fine. It's quick and responsive and does exactly what it says on the tin. It is, however, a little bit lacking in terms of graphics. And comparing this system to some of the newer ones that are on offer in its German or even French rivals is a bit like comparing Street Fighter to Black Ops 4. Okay, spec and tech time, and I know this bit is boring, but bear with me because it's actually a very strong point here, especially when it comes to safety kit. And I have to commend Honda for their commitment to safety for everybody, and that they don't charge any extra for their fantastic Honda Sensing safety system. So that means that all cars in the range get things like lane departure warning, active cruise control, road sign recognition, forward collision warning, emergency braking, lots of really handy driver assisting features which should hopefully help prevent a crash or collision in the first place. Now the new CR-V hasn't been NCAP safety tested yet, but I think I'll probably die of shock if this gets anything less than the full 5 stars. In addition to being super safe, the entry-level comfort model also gets 17-inch alloy wheels, climate control, automatic lights and lumbar support for the driver, and it starts at €33,500. It doesn't get a touchscreen though, and as ropey as those graphics might be, nobody is going to buy a car in 2019 that doesn't have a touchscreen. So we would recommend that you upgrade to this lifestyle model, which for a premium of €2,000 adds this Honda Connect system, which has the touchscreen, also sat-nav, DAB digital radio, a reversing camera, and Apple CarPlay/Android Auto. So you can use that in place of that interface if you like. It also adds more styling upgrades like 18-inch alloy wheels, there's dual zone climate control, rain sensing window wipers, and a bit more leather inside the cabin, like on the steering wheel and the gear shifter. So this is where I feel the best value in the range lies, although there are higher trim levels available. The Elegance will add a leather interior, more styling upgrades and ambient lighting, but the premium will be a good bit higher because you also have to add a four-wheel drive. And the same goes for the executive model, which does add some very nice features like an electric tailgate, a heated steering wheel, a sunroof and electric seat adjustment, but it also starts at €45,000. So the big news with the new CR-V is that in a very 2019 move, they've removed diesel from the lineup altogether. So the only two options now are petrol or a new hybrid version, which is on the way very soon. Maybe even by the time this is published actually, but for now, this is the petrol. It's a 1.5 litre four-cylinder VTEC, which you can also get in the Civic, and in this case pushes out a healthy 170 brake horsepower. This is the front-wheel drive manual, but you can also get it with four-wheel drive and or an automatic CVT gearbox, which will up that power output to 190. This feels like a pretty good combo though. There's plenty of power available, it pulls away nice and quickly, and it's very refined. It's a nice quiet engine. It is definitely geared more towards comfort than engagement though, and I think the main reason behind that feeling is what I think is a bit of an overly supple suspension setup. In other words, it can get a little bit bouncy in here on rough surfaces. It does settle down though on a longer stretch, and it doesn't have a massive impact on the ride quality in general, which is overall very good. Like most Hondas, the steering is nice and direct, and I love the position of this high-mounted gear stick. It's also got a really nice short throw as well, which gives it a great sporty feel. Now the main thing most people will want to know about the petrol model, I suppose, is fuel economy. And it's actually not bad in relation to its claim figure of 6.2 litres per 100 kilometres, although obviously it's not going to be as good as the previous diesel model. But if you're not going to be doing massive mileage, that might not be a major concern. It does cost €390 a year to tax though, so if running costs are a priority, then you might be better off going for the hybrid version. The comfortable runabout vehicle is not perfect, but it is just that. Comfortable for running about in. And it also excels in all the vital areas that I would call non-negotiable, in that it's spacious, it's comfortable, it's reliable, and it's extremely safe. This new hybrid option should be a really interesting addition when it arrives, and might even be enough to give the CR-V the edge this time around. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Please like and share if you enjoyed the video, and if you'd like to see more like it, please hit subscribe and join me here next week where I'll be reviewing the new Mercedes-Benz C-Class Coupe.